I got a question. They have a saying that ignorance is bliss. They also have a saying that most of our hearts cannot be affected by the things that they're unaware of. They also have a saying that there is a certain level of peace that you have from being oblivious and clueless about the reality of things that are going on. You know better, but you're not doing better. That's the part of this whole video that's going to make you a little uncomfortable. You know better, but you're not doing better. That's some scary shit. For you to decide, here's limitations with my career and my marriage and my personal life. Here's some dysfunction in my career, my personal life, and my surroundings and my friends. I know better, but I'm so used to doing wrong and being dysfunctional. I know better, but I don't want to do better. Or I know better, but I'm not willing to do better. You have decided to settle, and you're so comfortable in your skin. You are pissing everybody off at your job. If somebody gonna look at me, treat me, and be disrespectful, like, fuck you, well, guess what? Fuck you. Is that really gonna help your career to grow with that type of mentality? When's the last time you brought your boss a basket and just said, with the amount of people that are unemployed in this country, sometimes I can take having a job for granted. Being able to pay my bills, feed my kids, pay my mortgage or my rent, my car note. It's only because you have a job that you're able to survive. Most of us want more than what we already have. But the fact that you do have, and you're being mean, you have an attitude, everything about what you've been doing is basically self-sabotage. You're trying to, it's like, okay, here's a blessing, here's an opportunity right here in front of me. I'm gonna use my charm to get in the door, and then I'm gonna become an asshole. Self-sabotage, self-defeat. Here's an opportunity right here in front of me. Things are going well. Things are beautiful. They like me, they like me. And then something in your mind and in your spirit says, let me try and figure out a way to fuck this up. Because for some reason in your mind you associate dysfunction with success. If a man is treating me with the utmost respect, opening doors, being charming, charismatic, buying me roses, you know, smart, he's beautiful, he's this, he's that, I'm gonna fuck the relationship up. Ladies, you run away from your husband to go be with somebody that's not even close to being your husband because you want to fix a motherfucker up. It's like is this a fixer-upper project? Is this like the cheetah pet? All I gotta do is add some water. He's this way now, he's this way now, but I'ma change him. You know to do better, but you don't want to do better. Self-sabotage, self-defeat is real. Let me explain something to you people with your fucked up attitudes, thinking that your swag and your attitude and your, you know what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck, he ain't fuck with me, I ain't fuck with him, I don't give a fuck. Okay. Let me explain something to you people. When you show up late, when you are out of shape and your job requires you to be in shape, when you are not working as hard as you know you can work on the job, when you are giving people attitude because they're giving you an attitude, that's like a cycle of death. It ain't gonna stop. It's like catty little girly shit, and men do the same shit. Catty, girly, just dumb shit. Ego. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy came, look, he got a problem with me, so I got a problem with him. If your goal is to work your way up the success ladder, if you're gonna have a problem with everybody who has a problem with you, do you think that that's gonna help you to get to the top even faster? You know how many times I gotta laugh at shit that ain't funny? You know how many times I gotta go to dinners and events and places and be around people that I don't fuck with at all? I don't like them. They've made it obvious that they don't like me. But guess what? If it's a game of survival, we gonna get from where we are to where we trying to be. Your pride and your ego is out of fucking control. Your pride and your ego has been killing your career growth. Your pride and your ego and your attitude has compromised the altitude of your career. I'll say it again. Your attitude has compromised the altitude of your career. Your shit could be on another level. You know better, but you're deciding to not do better. You are a lazy, unprofessional, mean attitude having motherfucker. And yet, when things are not happening good for you, when things are not coming your way, when things are not happening as fast as you want them to happen, you blame everybody else and what they're doing and saying, and you completely disown everything that you're doing to contribute to your career not going to another level. You know better, but you don't want to do better. This is uncomfortable. But I'm telling y'all the truth. Your boss needs a cigar with a personal letter. This week, he does. Your boss needs an invite to lunch. Or you need to tell your boss, I'm going to treat you to lunch. Your boss needs his ego stroked, and he needs to understand that you're a new person. And from here on, all of your coworkers and everybody that is with you, whether they're making more money than you or less money than you, everyone around you can contribute to you climbing faster up the success ladder. When people who would normally find themselves being jealous and envious of you find themselves saying, I like him or I like her so much, I am now rooting for them to even bypass me. They're just such a great person. I want them to receive whatever blessings and opportunities there is for them to receive. But if you have a fucked up attitude, it is going to continue to compromise the altitude of your career. I'm sitting in a 2014 Range Rover. That's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. I'm doing it, baby. Sometimes I piss people off without knowing. I refuse to be aware of something I could be and should be doing better and purposely decide to not do it. I refuse. That's just like inviting broke into your life. That's like inviting homeless in your life. That's inviting no gas money, can't pay your cell phone bill. That's inviting bullshit in your life. To know better and not do better is some of the dumbest shit you could ever decide to do for yourself. You got kids. You decided to have unprotected sex. You got kids now. You are not calling everybody in your phone and meeting up with all the right people to socialize and network and rub elbows. Your pride and your ego has stopped you from being thirsty. I ain't finna be sweating him and sweating her and going to all these events and parties and I ain't doing all that. But yet you're fully committed to sabotaging yourself and your career. Then you're sitting back stressed out and depressed, wondering why. Why ain't things happening? That's the answer. I just gave it to you. It's about as real as it gets. The question is, what are you going to do next week, 2 weeks from now? You're in your own way. You are the reason your career is not on the next level. Nobody else but you. Oh, that's uncomfortable. I'll say it again. You know better, but you're not doing better. And to know better and not be willing to do better, your career isn't going to get any better. Your love life isn't going to get any better. To all of you married women and men, for you to decide that you're not going to do something for your husband and your wife that can make the dynamics of your relationship better because in your mind they don't deserve it. You ever heard of unconditional love? You ever heard of doing something for somebody that they don't deserve? The problem is you want somebody to make you feel appreciated for what you're doing. You want somebody to put on some pom-poms and jump up and down and celebrate you and make you feel like they recognize what you're doing. Well, guess what? God recognized that you, as a married woman, are having sex with your husband when he may not deserve it. You are rubbing his back, running his bath water, cooking, cleaning, and doing any and all things that you may feel like he don't deserve. You as a husband, your wife has not went to the movies with you. You have not called your wife to say anything beautiful or romantic to her in forever because you've gotten so familiar with her presence, you're making her feel like she's no big deal. Well, let me explain something to you fellas. A nice house, a nice car, money, having sex with her, that's cool. But the day that you stop stimulating your woman's mind, the day that she is emotionally disconnected from you, she is laying in your bed as a corpse because you have not done anything mentally, spiritually, or emotionally for that woman to intrigue her mind and to re-spark her mind. So now she's just laying there and you're having sex with her and she's just like, go ahead and bust your nut and get it over with. Because mentally, you do nothing for me. You know how to do better, but you've decided to not do better. Don't buy her shit. Talk to your woman. Have a conversation. Make her feel like you are more interested in her life than you've ever been. And you will see the energy in your marriage re-spark. If you're engaged or in any kind of relationship, there's more that can be done. You know better, but the question is, are you willing to do better? Get the house cleaned, fellas. Organize the closet. Clean the bathrooms and the kitchen. Get all that black shit off of the grill in the kitchen. Organize the refrigerator. Clean the house. Make your house, I don't give a fuck how small it is, make your house smell and feel, and the energy of your house needs to feel wonderful and amazing. Ladies, I want you to do the same thing. Something as simple as going to Target and buying new bed sheets and covers for your bed can make somebody look forward to going to sleep again. Get your gardenia candles and light them, your incense. Make your house feel brand new and watch the dynamics of your relationship change. You know better, but the question is, are you going to do better? I want you to hug your coworker. Give them energy and a conversation that they don't deserve. And then guess what? They'll start feeling like shit that they're giving you fucked up energy. And you're still loving them and giving them compassion and energy that they may not deserve. That's how you become recommended to become the president or the vice president or the senior executive, or you find yourself working your way up the ranks. Your attitude has given people scissors to cut you off. Your attitude and your whole shit has given people scissors to try and chop you down and chop you out of opportunities. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants a bigger position. Everybody wants to move from where they are to get to that next level. But your attitude has compromised your altitude. This is a long video, but if you make it to the end of this video, I want you to write, your attitude will compromise the altitude of your career. As always, I'm doing these videos because I love you and I care for you, and I want you to start having a problem with where your life and your career is. I'm sharing because I'm as happy as anyone could ever imagine. And I want to share this. That's why I do what I do. Your attitude will compromise your altitude. I love you.